about his case too.
But if I'm missing some information about it, I can be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Laws and what new laws are being put out there. Please give some history on this stupid show. Lord Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
On this story.
Okay. This thing. Hold on.
I have to use somebody.
My thing was freezing.
Okay.
A black student was suspended for his hairstyle. Now his family is suing Texas officials.
We still doing that, y'all.
Now we had the Crown Act. Now apparently that doesn't cover this.
Why not?
It says the family of a black high school student in Texas who was suspended over his dreadlocks filed a federal civil rights lawsuit Saturday against state's governor and attorney general, alleging they failed to enforce a new law. That's what we said, the Crown Act.
It's in Illinois, big time.
Discriminating based on hairstyles.
It's definitely talked about in our state because one of our representatives was all on the news with the mayor. It's almost like a ribbon cutting for that.
It says here, Daryl George, 17, a junior at Barber's High School in Mount Bellevue, has been serving an in-school suspension since August 31st. Officials with the Houston area schools say his dreadlocks fall below his eyebrows and earlobes and violate the district's dress code. Well, they not there in the picture.
His hair like this because this show don't look like it's past any eyes.
George's mother, Derisha George, and the family attorney denied teenager's hairstyle violates the dress code, saying his hair is neatly tied in twisted dreadlocks.
How's that going past
on
his
top
eyes?
of his head?
Are we all seeing the same
Am I missing something?
His hair was very neat and professional.
Okay.
What am I missing?
And even if he was in the military, his hair right now if he could put his hat on and it's not touching his below his shoulders.
Fine.
What's going on with this?
Daryl George's supporters allege the ongoing suspension by the Barbers Hill Independent School District violates the state's Crown Act, which took effect September 1st.
Help us.
The lawsuit also alleges that Governor Greg Abbott, Mr. Ship all the immigrants over in a bus,
not like the Texas governor,
and Attorney General Ken Paxton, in their official duties, have failed to protect Georgia's constitutional rights against discrimination and against violation of his freedom of speech and expression. George should be permitted to wear his hair in a manner in which he wears it, because the so-called natural grooming policy has no close association. Hold on. George's mother and the family's attorney deny the teenager's hairstyle violates the dress codes, saying his hair is neatly tied. Okay. Spokespeople for Abbott and Paxton, both Republicans, did not immediately return emails seeking comment Saturday. The lawsuit seeks a temporary restraining order to stop George's in-school suspension while the case is in court. That is something.
Anytime you mention it, here's the thing too. I don't know if anybody listening to me, if you live in the state of Texas, if you a person of prayer, please pray for that state. Because I really feel in my spirit, that's partly why that state was the last area of where we celebrate Juneteenth.
Yeah,
there's issues in that state.
Well, remember, they want their own grid and everything.
Everything. They want to be their own.
They want to descend from the United States.
Yes, yes.
Now, they allege that during his suspension, George is forced to sit for 8 hours on a stool, and that he's being denied the hot free lunch that he's qualified for. The agency is investigating a complaint. Derisha George says she was recently hospitalized after a series of panic and anxiety attacks brought on from stress related to her son's suspension. On Wednesday, the school district filed its own lawsuit in state court asking a judge to clarify whether its dress code restrictions limiting a student's hair length for boys violates the Crown Act. Yeah, it does.
It does.
I don't even have to be a judge to tell you big dumb morons it does.
That's why the Crown Act was put in place. And it's discriminating if you even go against it, because every state should honor this law. Every state that have African Americans or even other kids of other race doing hairstyles
And
like this.
why would you, as a student, the school board, ask the judge if what you're doing is violating? I'm looking at his hair. Even on the most basic of, he doesn't have it below his eyes and stuff like you said.
Very neatly.
You're violating his rights.
Thank you. I don't understand this.
You might have a case if his hair was down and it was in front of his face and stuff. Then you can say, Judge, are we violating the Crown Act? I mean, his hair is below his eyes and everything. His hair is braided.
Yeah.
You guys are morons.
Because the moment you started reading below his eyes,
I thought I was going to see a picture of a guy with his hair down his back.
Yeah. So they hopefully we'll see where this lawsuit goes, because this is a wake. They not woke. That's Barbara saying they not woke.
Barbara Hill's officials told his cousins that they had to cut their dreadlocks back in 2020. The two students' families sued the school district in May of 2020, and a federal judge later ruled that the district's hair policy was discriminatory.
Yes.
That was back in 2020 before the Crown Act.
Thank you. That Crown Act is
What is wrong with them? You were sued in 2020 from his cousins, and you lost.
Governor, what's his name? Texas.
Anyway. There's nothing wrong with his hair. Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing, too. I'm getting pissed off about this. Quit telling people to cut their locks. Some people, what if he's Rasta?
Yeah.
And he can't cut his locks.
They don't mess with, and I remember when we went to renew our license. My mom usually wears a turban. If she doesn't wear anything else, she'll wear a turban. And on the last picture she took, she had her turban on. Them little hats that Nick Cannon wears. My mom likes those.
Yeah, the turban.
Look, different colors. And hers was black. And the lady said, "Oh, ma'am, you're going to have to remove your hat." And I asked him just out of the blue, I said, what if that was her religion? Like you know how people wear coverings and stuff? She said we would have to show a letter that it's our religion. Okay. That's why we can keep the head covering.
When was this?
When we went to the DMV to get our driver's license.
When was this?
This was January.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's different because
it's different. That's what I'm saying. They want a letter because it's your religion.
That's different.
So that's why.
And you got to take a driver's license picture.
That's what it was for. Yeah, and that's why.
Because somebody will come in there with a hat on. It's like, you don't wear a hat.
I don't even see your face because you got your hat.
Right. That's different.
But the Crown Act was specifically for these reasons.
The only time that you're going to see me go, oh, I don't know about this, is when it's like you're playing a role or you're in a cheerleader, or because they all got to wear their hair the same way.
Yeah. Our drill teams that are in the Chicago area, if they're looking a certain way, all the girls may have ponytails.
They have to wear a ponytail.
All the girls may have something.
Even gymnastics. Remember, they had the Simone Biles and them had to wear them stupid ponytails.
When you told me about this story, I thought it was a private school.
No.
I really did. Because I'm thinking, okay, private schools can probably get away because they're not under the league of government. This is a public school.
Nothing wrong with him. And you don't have a problem with his earring.
Thank you.
I think you would say something about the earring.
No jewelry in your ears. What is wrong with people?
But he can wear a dress, I bet you.
Yeah.
And call his name Karen.
Like Will Smith's son.
If he showed up, okay, here's the thing. I got one for you, Texas.
Okay.
What if he showed up, hair down, his name is now Karen, and he has lipstick on?
Oh, no.
And he identifies as a girl.
Wow. Because remember that we were telling stories about school teachers can't really,
and he can't tell. You can't tell
the
his
parent.
parents.
Yeah. If your kid is a boy, comes to school as a girl, you can't tell
you
the
see
mom
how
and dad.
Stupid the laws are.
Your son is coming as a different.
He can show up in a dress with lipstick and eyelashes, and his hair fake blonde wig. But he can't show up with locks braided like that. Oh, no, you got to get out of here with that. Why? Because you identify as a boy. Well, what about my earrings? That's fine. Why is earrings fine for a boy, but me wearing my hair like this isn't? It's so stupid.
I bet you DeSantis wouldn't let him in.
DeSantis wouldn't want him there, period.
Right. Not well. Yeah, so let's see where this goes. We're gonna have to get an update on this story.
Checked, Abbott
big time.
Every this is DeSantis talking to Governor Abbott. I think you should pass a rule that there should only be about 20 black guys in the whole school. You know how when they all get together and stuff,
unless they're part of unless they are athletes.
If they're on the football team, then that's okay.
We'll let that pass.
Well, okay, let's do
10,
this.
20 of them.
Let's talk about this. Mm-hmm. The only black guys in the school have to be athletes.
Yes. They can't.
Yeah. Or they guess they can be in the acting class because they do become good actors.
Yeah, they sing and
dance. I like Denzel Washington.
Yeah, his son too.
And they dance. You know, they can two-step like nobody else. All right, let's make this rule. These guys think they're mini presidents.
I know.
Let's do this. You can show up if you're a black guy, as long as you're on a sports team, and you can tap dance. That's what Ramaswamy Kumakala thinks. Remember? Ramaswamy Akuma Matata. He says that. Do away with affirmative action. Let them tap dance into school.
Well, you know what? Affirmative action, for sure he'll throw that out because he still doesn't even see white supremacy in this country.
He doesn't see anything. He doesn't see the fact that he wants to throw out affirmative action. Even though he took advantage of affirmative action, he wants to get rid of kids born in this country from immigrants, even though he was born in this country from immigrants, and his father still isn't a United States citizen.
Wow.
Why isn't your father a United States citizen, Kumakata?
Ramaswamy.
The man is what, 60 years old? He still ain't a citizen.
That's true.
What, does he hate this country?
Well, let's see if they make
1 foot here and 1 foot in India.
You think some of the information that got out about him, they may speak to it at the next debate.
Let's see.
But let's see. We'll keep an eye on this story because that Crown Act, every state,
I agree,
needs to abide by that law.
Well, talking about this, because I'm going to skip over because we you know how I be going too far.
Go ahead.
Real quick, because we